As for the football and the draft capital aspect of it, now that I've addressed everything else, that's a lot. And it's kind of fascinating to me that the Browns get Deshaun Watson and hand their draft picks to Houston to get him because they handed their draft pick to Houston for Houston to draft Deshaun Watson in 2017. And it happened that night. They chose Myles Garrett first overall. That was back in the day when we all thought Deshaun Watson might not be worthy of the first overall selection. Had the Cleveland Browns selected Deshaun Watson first overall, there'd probably be people saying that could be a reach. Or I wouldn't have batted an eyelash that night in Philadelphia, except for the fact that we heard it was always going to be Myles Garrett. And instead, the eyelash was batted the next pick because the Bears traded up to go get Mitchell Trubisky, who's now, fascinatingly, in the same division as Deshaun Watson. Pittsburgh. So we're going to see Watson versus Trubisky twice a year, and Watson versus Lamar twice a year, and Watson versus Burrow twice a year. And in terms of the football aspect of it, again, the Browns had to do it. If they had a chance to do it, you go get them. And again, I'm removing everything else. And it's so difficult for everyone to remove the everything else. I just talked about that. But what we have seen this non-playing season in the NFL being all about is getting that quarterback, because if you don't have him and you think you kind of have him, you're not in the same position as everyone else who's trying to win it. I know that's like, Rich, boy, way to go out on a limb. You're saying that it's a quarterback-driven league. Yeah, I know. But it's also one of those leagues now where everybody is seeing, you want to win now, you got to go get the guy. You know, I don't think people are into the whole idea of drafting and hoping. If you can just go ahead and get somebody else's guy right now. F all them picks. Les Snead has just shown you all that, too. That's it. Browns think they got a team that can win it right now with Deshaun Watson this year and next. Go get him. Because the Bengals have their guy. Go get him because the Ravens have their guy. And go get him because the Steelers may not. Steelers may not. And then in this league, like, what if Zach Wilson doesn't prove right now for the Jets? What happens if, Justin Fields doesn't prove for the Bears? What happens if Trey Lance shows up and is a bit of a clunker, even in his first year? Pressure's going to mount because you're seeing guys like Burrow hit it. You're seeing guys like Justin Herbert hit it. And you're seeing guys like Kyler Murray. I love still having this piece of stationery here after 3 years saying I want paid. I want to get paid. One of my Browns friends texted me, when I'm like, hey, man, Deshaun, I love the kid. I love him. I just don't know what these 22 civil cases say. And Browns fans like, hey, you'd have taken him on the Jets. And I'm like, well, Jets already jettisoned their 2018 first-round draft choice for a new guy. Looks like you're doing that now, too. I'm just hoping the Jets jettison their guy for the right guy they drafted. You're at least getting your guy for a premium that you know what you're going to get on the field. That's the difference. It's so complicated and it is so nuanced. Football aspect of this, done. Done. You're getting a young guy who you are now saying, we believe in you. We believe in you. And $230 million guaranteed dollars. Not worried about the weather. I guess he's not worried about the front office. Remember, you told the Texans he wants to be in charge of the front office, or at least have a say in who you're going to be hiring in the front office. I shouldn't say in charge. It's just complicated. But football-wise, I mean, the ultimate no-brainer. And the Browns have 5 years to figure it out. Cap dollars this year, much friendlier. You heard last week, Ian Rappaport say and Albert Breer say that they're going to try and get some of that money out of the first year in case he is suspended by the NFL. It's over $50 million cap hit next 4 years for him.
That's one thing I want to ask you, Rich. He's definitely not playing a full season next year, right?
I can't,
in your opinion.
I can't imagine.
Which is why he restructured his contract.
Well,
so
he's expecting it.
His salary next year is $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million.
He's expecting it. And anybody's like, well, he wasn't criminally charged. Well, tell that to Ben Roethlisberger and Zeke Elliott, who have been suspended, even though they did not get criminally charged with anything that they were suspended for. So it's a very complicated situation, obviously. Football-wise, way to go. But it's not just a football-wise decision. And again, when they put Deshaun Watson out there, I just want the answer to that one question. Why 22? And then you could ask the Browns, how are you so confident to give somebody $10 million per lawsuit that was filed against him? And I know this may not age well, certainly with the Deshaun Watson camp. Love your kid. Love him. I just don't know where this is coming from. And to buy back in, I need to know the answers to those questions. That's it. And I'm assuming they're coming. I saw Florio say that the Browns are going to have a press conference. So now where does Baker Mayfield go? Is Matt Ryan potentially on the move anyway out of Atlanta? What's Atlanta's plan B? What's the Saints' plan B? The Colts are sitting around saying, what? What's Seattle going to do? They're just going to go Drew Lock? Are they going to get in on Baker Mayfield? Because Baker Mayfield is a one-year guy at $18 million per. That's pretty darn cheap. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.